too many chiefs, not enough workers.
Welcome to Colonize the Ocean podcast, where we discuss oceanic colonization, exploration, and education with your hosts, Adam Jewell and Brendon Traxler.
So I think we've all heard that saying before, and usually it's dealt with when you're at a job and there's too many bosses and you're getting orders from every which way. It's frustrating. But, and I'm not trying to make myself sound like I'm anything more than I am, but as being a, quote, chief, I guess, for this underwater habitat project, one of the things is, trying to work with other people, partnerships, different stuff like that. And when you start to try to work with other people, especially in the underwater habitat field, there's not tons of us out there. So over the years, I have talked with, as far as I know, almost everybody out there that's been working on underwater habitats in one way or the other, in whether it's just emails, Zoom calls, social media, whatever. And along the way, there's been several different times where people are like, hey, we should maybe work together or do this. And even as I record this, there's constant conversations with different people talking about how we can work together. But it gets difficult because it's one of those things where, and I talked to a friend that a lot of you may know, Dennis Chamberlain, who's actually had an underwater habitat and is, I think, currently working on another one, or at least was last thing I heard. Him and I talked years ago about this exact problem. It was is how do you accomplish that? And the problem is who gives up their vision or who comes first. And that always seems to be the problem is, with ASC, we've been around for quite a while now and have been very vocal about what we're trying to achieve and how we're trying to achieve it, which seems to be different from a lot of the other people out there. So when we're talking to people out there, and it's making sure that our visions coincide, because the last thing I want to do is waste anybody's time and waste ours as well, and then burn bridges or whatever. I think that there's plenty of water out there. We can all work together in some manner or whatever it is, similar to what the information sharing that I've had with Martin over with Colomar Park, which is changing its name, by the way, over in Turkey, and then conversations I've had with the group down with Creatus in Costa Rica. There's not any direct working together with them, but it's a sharing of information and knowledge, and that can be vital, but not as vital sometimes as actually working hand in hand to accomplish a goal. So I guess really the purpose of this one is just to answer questions out there that have come up in the past, which is, why aren't more of you guys working together or whatever. And it's not necessarily that I don't want to do that, when the other people don't want to do it as well, but it's often seeing eye to eye on how to make that accomplishment. There are, our focus obviously is twofold. We want to have manned underwater habitats, but we want to make them as easily accessible as possible. At the same time, we believe that underwater data centers are a huge area too. So to streamline the manufacturing process, if we can use the same basic elements for both, it just makes more sense. And I'm getting off on a tangent here. I'm getting a little more technical than I wanted to with this, but I guess what I'm trying to get to is for those out there that may listen to this and they may want to work with this, like I say, I am, if you've been listening to this, you kind of know what my heart is and where our focus is on making this happen. So if you believe that coincides with what we are trying to achieve, then I am all the more welcome to have that dialogue. If not, and you just want to have somebody to talk to, I'm totally cool with that too. I think that whether that partnership is one of actually physically building something, it can be a partnership of just building each other up.